What if you had only 10 seconds to save your life, completely alone, with no one around to help? Picture this. You're at home, maybe watching TV, maybe lying down to rest. Suddenly, a strange pressure begins to grow in your chest. It's not a normal discomfort. It feels like something heavy and relentless is crushing you from the inside. You try to breathe, but the air doesn't seem to enter. Your vision starts to blur. Cold sweat rolls down your forehead. Your left arm tingles, your jaw aches, and a deep fear paralyzes you. You try to shout for help, but no sound comes out. You reach for your phone, but your fingers are trembling. There's no one nearby. You realize you may only have a few seconds before your heart stops. What would you do? The truth is, there's an emergency protocol that can save your life in moments like this. And that's exactly what you're about to learn, because even when you're completely alone, you can survive a heart attack if you know what to do. Before we begin, if this topic matters to you or someone you love, hit the like button and comment where you're watching from. Have you ever felt something similar? Chest pain, shortness of breath, or that sudden fear that something is very wrong? Share your story below. It might help save someone else's life. I've been there. 3 years ago, I was home alone when it happened to me. A crushing pain in my chest, as if a truck had just run over me. I broke out in a cold sweat. My breathing turned shallow, and my left arm went completely numb. I knew instantly it was a heart attack, but I had no one around. No family, no neighbors, no emergency help. Then I remembered a technique I'd learned and taught for years. A simple but powerful method that can buy you precious seconds until help arrives. That's what I'm going to share with you now, because knowledge can save lives, maybe even yours. This isn't one of those generic internet tips that just tell you to call 911 and wait. If your heart is failing and you're alone, waiting might be too late. The first technique, the cough CPR. It sounds almost too simple to be true, but it's backed by research. Known as cough CPR, or forced coughing, this technique has been discussed in emergency medicine for decades. According to studies referenced by the American Heart Association, AHA, and National Institutes of Health, NIH, in very specific circumstances, a deep rhythmic cough can help maintain blood flow and heart rhythm long enough for help to arrive. Here's how it works. When your heart begins to malfunction, its electrical system falters. A forced, rhythmic cough acts like an internal compression. It briefly increases pressure inside the chest, which can help stimulate the heart and maintain blood circulation. Here's what to do. Take a deep breath. Fill about 80% of your lungs. Close your mouth. Cough strongly and sharply from deep within your chest, once every 2 seconds. Each cough acts like a mini shock to the heart, helping to sustain consciousness and blood flow. Continue until the symptoms ease or help arrives. Important. This technique is only effective in the very first moments of a heart attack, while you're still conscious and able to breathe. Studies suggest it can improve short-term survival by up to 30% when applied immediately in early cardiac distress situations. The second technique, the chest strike. If the pain becomes unbearable and you can't cough anymore, don't panic. There's a second emergency action you can take. Known in emergency medicine as a precordial thump, it's a manual technique sometimes used by trained professionals when defibrillators aren't immediately available. It involves delivering a firm, controlled strike to the center of the chest, right over the sternum, to help re-trigger the heart's electrical activity. How to do it correctly. Make a tight fist, like you're about to punch a boxing bag. Find the center of your chest, right between the nipples on top of the breastbone. Using the bottom of your fist, the side near your pinky, deliver a quick, firm strike downward, like a short hammer motion. Do this up to 5 or 6 times, 1 per second, strong enough to stimulate, but not to cause injury. This technique should only be done if you're still conscious or about to lose consciousness and feel your heartbeat fading. There have been real-life cases where this method saved lives. For example, An elderly man in Chicago reportedly revived his heartbeat at home using a chest strike before emergency responders arrived. It's not magic, it's emergency physiology in action. The third technique, pressure on the Hegu point, Li4. If coughing and chest strikes aren't possible, there's still one more subtle but powerful technique, stimulating a point known in traditional Chinese medicine as Hegu, or Li4. Modern studies in hospitals across China, South Korea, and even some research trials referenced by the National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health, NCCIH, suggest that pressing this acupressure point can help calm the nervous system, regulate the heartbeat, and improve blood flow. Here's how to do it. Look at the back of your hand. Between your thumb and index finger, you'll find a small hollow area where the two bones meet. With the thumb of your opposite hand, press firmly into that spot. Maintain strong pressure for 5 seconds, then release for 2 seconds. Repeat for about a minute, alternating hands, while breathing slowly and deeply. This helps the brain release chemicals that support heart rhythm and reduce anxiety, dizziness, or fainting sensations. It can keep you conscious long enough for help to arrive. Remember, it doesn't replace medical care, but it can buy you time, and sometimes that's all it takes to survive. Recap: what to do when a heart attack strikes and you're alone. All 3 of these emergency techniques can be done in under 10 seconds and may keep you alive until help arrives. Forced cough. Deep breath, strong cough every 2 seconds. Keeps your heart beating. Chest strike. Fist over the sternum, quick firm taps, 5 to 6 times. Jumpstarts your heart's rhythm. Hegu pressure point. Press between thumb and index finger for 5 seconds. Release for 2. Calms your system and maintains circulation. These techniques are not a substitute for professional medical care. They're temporary life-saving measures until emergency help arrives. If you can, call 911 immediately. If you're about to pass out, lie flat on the floor to avoid injury. And always go to the hospital, even if the symptoms improve, because heart attacks can continue silently. How to prevent a heart attack in the first place. While these techniques can save your life, the best solution is to never need them. Here are 5 proven habits recommended by the American Heart Association and Harvard Health that can protect your heart, especially if you're over 60. Move every day. You don't need a gym. Walk for 30 minutes, stretch, or take the stairs. Physical activity strengthens the heart and improves circulation. Quit smoking. Smoking is one of the top causes of heart attacks and strokes. Even if you've smoked for years, quitting today still improves your survival odds. Limit alcohol and manage stress. Emotional stress, anger, and anxiety put heavy strain on the heart. Try prayer, meditation, gardening, or simply talking with friends. Avoid early morning intense workouts. Your blood pressure and heart rate are more unstable before dawn. Exercise later in the morning or during the day instead. Recognize the warning signs. Heart attacks don't always begin with chest pain. Watch for shortness of breath, dizziness, jaw or arm pain, cold sweat, or fatigue. If any of these occur, don't wait. Get checked. Routine tests like an ECG or echocardiogram can detect issues long before symptoms appear. Prevention is the greatest gift you can give your heart. The heart isn't just cared for with medicine, it's protected through awareness, preparation, and daily habits. You may never need these emergency techniques, but if the moment ever comes, you'll know exactly what to do. So please, teach these methods to your family, your partner, your children, your friends, your co-workers. Practice them together. Knowledge shared is life preserved. And above all, don't live in fear. A strong heart isn't built by chance. It's built by habit, awareness, and prevention. If this video taught you something valuable, give it a like, subscribe, and share it with someone you love. For you, it might just be another video. For someone else, it could be the one that saves their life.